I'm John Tappel, work at Latouche Pediatrics. I'm the site director for the Alaska tract in our clinic. So grew up in the Midwest, did most of my high school and college in Ohio. I went to the University of Cincinnati Med School. And then when I decided I wanted to do pediatrics, I had to decide between staying in Cincinnati at a really good program or getting out of the Midwest, and I chose door number 2 and joined the Air Force and trained out in California at Travis Air Force Base, and then moved around, a number of good assignments with the Air Force. Always thought I was going to get out, but the Air Force just kept offering me different enjoyable jobs. And so I started my Air Force career. My first rotation was up in Alaska, moved around. My last rotation was in Alaska. It was sort of a nice little bookend to my Air Force career. And then I retired in 2005 and changed clothes, went to work down the street at Latouche Pediatrics. I've been there for 15 years at Latouche. I think all of us remember back to when we were residents and we looked up to those masters, those clinical masters, and I can picture them right now. Some of the little pearls that they taught me. And we all know what book smart is, and then there's clinic smart. So I remember the teaching that some really instrumental and influential mentors had on my life. And when it came time to try and work with this program, I realized it was payback time to help develop a program. Of course, we piggybacked on a well-established program at Seattle Children's, but this was a chance to build something and then work with some pretty fine residents, because Seattle Children's, being what it is, they attract a really high caliber grade of residents. Or why do I like working with them so much? I think it's 2 things. One is the paying back what my mentors taught me on. And then, so building for the next generation is a big part of it. And then it is a 2-way street. What I generally tell the residents is, I've got wisdom and I got street smarts, but the residents have currency. So it's kind of a 2-way mutual benefit. So it's a blast. It's a ton of fun working with these guys. What I realized is professionally, this is a very fulfilling place to be because they need you here. There are places where you could get a job and you could probably fill a schedule, but they don't really need you here. If you didn't show up for work, somebody else would be there to fit in. Here, you're more than just that cog in the wheel. You're an essential component. And if you don't show up or you work somewhere else, there is a real need. Whether you're in a bigger city like Anchorage, where we have our access issues, or far-flung places where they have even more access issues. It's a statewide problem. So it felt really good to use the tools that I had accumulated and then try and solve a kind of a local problem.